Yo, what's up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. Today I'm showcasing a Willpower Cup team that was recommended to me by It's Accent in my chat because I was struggling. I went 0514, just kind of experimenting with some different lines, and he said that this was a team that was popular last go around in Willpower Cup, and I think I remember using this myself as well. So I decided just to go with like 3 of the more meta picks, strong meta team. And here we go. We after a rough stretch, I'm not gonna lie, we had a rough stretch in the Willpower Cup. I went 1-5 or 1-4-0-5. We started to find some success with this team, and it consists of Claydol, Shadow Drapion, and Mandibuzz running Air Slash, Foul Play, Aerial Ace. We're running Poison Sting on our Drapion. You can also go for Ice Fang in this meta because there are a lot of flyers and situations like Claydol and maybe opposing Drapion where sometimes Ice Fang comes in handy. So Ice Fang is definitely not out of the question. I just tend to prefer the energy generation of Poison Sting, but I think Ice Fang certainly has a lot of play here. Might even be the way to go. And then Claydol with that Mud Slap, one of the better answers for these steel types that lurk in the meta, like the Pawniard we're seeing now. So this is the team. I'm able to take back Switch against this Pawniard because they let it go. They opt for the shield advantage. In comes a Primeape. This Primeape, though, is going to be scary because they're going to get a big farm down. Maybe I could have even, like, hard swapped Claydol there to avoid the farm down because Claydol is going to not have a fun time. I didn't want Claydol to get locked against the Murkrow was the thing, but now Claydol is going to be just too slow here where they're going to get to 3 Rage Fists if they want before I even get to a Rock Tomb. I actually get farmed down and yeah, the game's just over. The game's just over. So a tough way to start here. Close combat. Ow. And we surrender against the mighty Murkrow. The mighty Murkrow. So small, but so powerful. So a tough game to start here. But I think we start to have a little bit of success with this team. We had a nice game right before this set that actually beat a Shadow Tyranitar by dancing around with like Mandibuzz and Drapion, so that was kind of funny. Here we go. Next opponent. Oh no, not another Murkrow. Dude, Murkrow was like the bane of my existence with this team. Do we overcome this Murkrow, however? Let's see. Going for the Crunch here. Going for Crunch is debatable. Like maybe I could have just gone for double Aqua Tail here. And definitely could have gone for double Aqua Tail considering that they let both attacks go. Murkrow comes back. This Murkrow just has so much energy. Maybe I could have even shielded there to get a shield off of him, but instead I opt to keep my shields. The problem here is you have to presume if he was willing to give up Switch, he must have a second answer to my Claydol, so that's kind of the scary thing. Man, that Drill Peck does so much to Mandy. And not sure why I was going for Aerial Ace there. Foul Play definitely would be enough, and Foul Play is less energy now. In comes Primeape, so maybe we still have some play here. Also, I think a bait here would have made a lot of sense. So I don't love... I'm unsuccessful on the catch. This is going to be really interesting. Claydol is usually bulky enough to tank the first 2 Rage Fists. But this is getting kind of scary. Primeape throws again. I go for the Rock Tomb here. Rock Tomb. Going to grab the final Protect Shield. Primeape banked a move. Murkrow going to fire off a Drill Peck. I have to shield. But I'm pretty sure Primeape has energy, so oh no, is this going to knock us out? If it's anything but a Rage Fist, it does, but it's just a Rage Fist. It's just a Rage Fist, and I would have to watch it back, but I remember thinking in the moment, I thought they had enough energy for Ice Punch or Close Combat there, and it's possible they clicked the wrong side. I could be wrong. If I rewatch that, I could be wrong, but I was pretty sure they had enough energy, and they must have clicked the wrong attack. So I think we might have got bailed out there in a game we probably should have lost. But it is possible. I'd have to actually count and rewatch that to confirm that. Here we go. Next opponent, Shaquille O'Neal, playing some Go Battle League. Here we go. Claydol into Moltres. Going to safe swap my Drapion. And going to throw after 6 here. Make sure we throw before they get off a fly to take advantage of getting that turn back. Now we're going to shield. The fact that they haven't swapped tells me maybe they don't have a great answer to this. So I'm going to shield. They come in with their own Drapion. And I'm going to get off double Aqua Tail here. Unfortunately, double Aqua Tail not going to be quite enough to knock out. But I get off 1. I get off 2. And I could have opted to like try and snipe here with Claydol. But I decide not to. Oh, they actually shield anyway. What I don't want to do is lock my Claydol in a position where it gets stuck against the Moltres. That's what I don't want to do. So I come in Claydol here. I'm perfectly content taking a move because I know I'm lined up against Moltres anyway. And they're going to allow the farm down. I'm only 1 off the Rock Tomb, which is pretty nice. So if Moltres comes in, I'm going straight for that Rock Tomb. And are they going to shield or are they just going to let this go? Let's see. They are going to let it go. And it's a Annihilate in back. Perfect. Beautiful. Always going to take the first one here because I feel like a potential lose condition could be shielding a Rage Fist and then letting the harder hitting move go through. And I'm just going to go for foul plays here, considering the air slashes are really adding up quickly. And it should be all we need. And, yeah, just going to fire this one. I think I could have committed to the farm down as well, but why do that when we got a foul play to throw? Good game, trainer. And it's on to the next one. 3-2 set there. Yeah, I think these games are actually, yeah, mixed and matched from like 3 separate sets. Some losses, some wins. We get a little Inkay as a reward. And here we go. Oh, I'm skipping. This cursor is really sensitive, so sometimes if I'm not careful, I skip too far. Mobby. Next battle. All right, Claydol into King Gambit. Cool pick. It does have Fury Cutter, Metal Sound, and super effective charge attacks to Claydol, but they decided to swap out because they're going to take super effective from the Mud Slaps. Low Kicks. Going to struggle here against Mandibuzz. They do deal neutral damage with the Bug Bites, the X-Scissor. But we're able to exit this matchup pretty healthy. King Gambit comes in running Metal Sound. Actually, I take back what I said a moment ago. I'm not sure if King Gambit actually learns Fury Cutter or not. Maybe just Pawniard does with that same typing. But King Gambit gonna throw energy here. I think they end up undercharging this. And it allows me to get off another foul play, so that's kind of nice. A little bit extra chip damage, help put it more into Mud Slap down range. And they do farm me down. I like to take the first, knowing they have so much energy on this thing. And foul play does hit pretty hard. I'm going to shield this, because I figure I might give myself a chance to Rock Tomb something in the back, which could help my cause. I do 3 and then throw Rock Tomb here. This is going to be a little bit awkward, because Annihilate does have a little bit of a head start here. But the Mud Slaps have helped put this thing into crunch range. And I like to actually take the first one here, thinking they might go for a Rage Fist. And they do, so that's huge for us. I go for an Aqua Tail bait. I guess I figured this was a safe bait, because even if they call it, my Mud Slaps might be enough in the end. Going to shield this time. We know they have the King Gambit as a catch attempt, so I want to avoid that from happening. And I'm able to avoid it and build up to double Aqua Tail here, which hopefully is enough to knock out the Shadow Annihilate. Aqua Tail coming through. Annihilate is super low. They actually hang on, but luckily one Mud Slap KOs before they got to a Rage Fist to win the game. And we win the game. Let's go. Bro, what is this? Why? I didn't... Wait, I don't know how this is so chopped up. I feel like there's been so many sets ending in this. What the heck is going on? I swear this was only like in between 3 sets. I feel like we've already had like 4 of those end of set things, but I don't know how that's possible. Okay. Yo, what on earth is this thing? Don't even know what that thing is. And we make a nice catch onto our Mandibuzz, Rage Fist. That thing that we saw in the earlier, like Hatien, whatever it is. It's a Charmer. Runs Psyshock as well. Mandibuzz, going to be able to take a move here, no problem. It is an Ice Punch after the buff, so is going to hurt. I'm going to go for a Foul Play here. Should be enough to knock out. And they are going to Charm us down. Now, here's one of those situations where like I could go in with my Poison Sting user, but instead I opt for Claydol just because we haven't revealed the back Pokemon yet. I do throw in Charge Attack priority after overfarming, so maybe not the most ideal situation, but I am able to successfully shield Dazzling Gleam, which is nice. And go for the Rock Tomb. They let it go, so they save both their shields for a Pangoro. And they're going to throw Night Slash immediately. I know I can live a Night Slash. And I'm thinking I just go for Rock Tomb here, because even if they call it, once again, I think Poison Stings might end up being enough. And I guarantee the debuff here, which is huge, because now I don't think a close combat even one-shots me. I go for Aqua Tail here. I think he's at like 9 Karate Chops at this point or something. No. Maybe like now he's at 9 or something. I forget. I actually decide to no shield, because my thought process was, even if it's a close combat, I might live. And I don't want the lose condition to be Night Slash bait plus boost for him. I think that was maybe the only lose condition. So, GG. Next opponent, Claydol into Ponder. This is where we want to most likely, or where's best for us to see the Poniard. They swap into Galarian Rapidash, which I tried for a few sets. Galarian Rapidash, I think, has a lot of play in this meta, of course, but it is a little bit difficult to use just because it's so frail. Very, very frail. We are going to respect the potential big move here, and it is a Mega Horn, so good shield. I decided to throw Aqua Tail. Let's see what they decide to do. They are going to shield. They want to get shield down, it appears. And this could be a Body Slam bait, but I respect it anyway. I do one in throw before they could potentially get to a Mega Horn, because they were ahead on energy. And luckily they don't catch on anything, so that's good. We get rid of this Rapidash. I throw after 4 here, trying to like maybe throw off his counts. If he's not careful here and gets a little greedy, I could get off another Aqua Tail. And that's exactly what happens. I get off another Aqua Tail. It's going to put him really low. And I think I even go for a Claydol snipe attempt. I don't get it. I don't get the snipe successfully. So that's not great. And because he actually gets the Foul Play off first, I think if I had got the Rock Tomb off first, I don't know if he could have even farmed down here before my next. But because of the Rock Tomb debuff getting off afterwards, he does get the farm down pretty comfortably. I decided to come in Drapion just to force him to expend energy here. And then I'm hopeful that Mandy can live whatever super effective move this Sableye is running, plus the energy that the Poniard has. The Poniard is super low. It should be just a couple air slashes to get rid of it. Okay, maybe like 3 air slashes. We need to live double X Scissor, and that should be no problem. X Scissor not doing too much, actually. And that is a good game. Trainer. Good game. Yeah, I remember saying out loud, like, their win con would probably be double, like, Night Slash plus boost plus double X Scissor. And someone in chat's like, they didn't have that much energy rise. And I'm like, okay. I just was saying that was probably their only win condition if they did have that much energy. Sorry. Scorching Sands. So this Claydol's opting for Scorching Sands. I think that's fine. It's cheaper energy cost than Ice Beam and gives you some more coverage. Gives you threats to one-shot certain things. I elect to go for a catch on Mandibuzz. This is kind of risky, right? Because they might go for like a Rock Tomb from that range. So I get a little bit lucky that it's a Scorching Sands. Oh, no. It's over, right? We're cooked, right? The game's over. I should just top left now. Well, I decide not to. And actually shield the Aura Wheel. Because I know, right, this next Aura Wheel is going to be resisted. Where I can actually tank the energy. So I take this. And then because the switch timers are desynced, and because of Morpeko's animation taking so long, I actually am able to swap into Claydol. And I go for the Rock Tomb here to put the pressure on Morpeko. Rock Tomb grabs a shield. In comes Rapidash. Rapidash, oh man, gets a nasty farm down. I'm thinking, what the heck do I do here? This is not looking good. But I'm not quite in Body Slam range. Rapidash has to fire off a big move to knock me out. So I come in with Mandy. I throw the Foul Play immediately. And I get the final shield. And that's huge. Getting that final shield is huge for me. I get off a parting Foul Play because they went for Body Slam. Now, the scary thing is this Rapidash has a lot of energy. And I know the Morpeko, I think, is at 3 Thunder Shocks. It's only 2 away from the Aura Wheel. I figured Aura Wheel does more than a Mega Horn. So I take the Mega Horn. I go for Aqua Tail here. I'm hoping this knocks out. They decided not to throw their move because I still had a shield. One Sting knocks out the Claydol. And we get the Sting down on the Rapidash. What a game to end things, to end the video here. And, yeah, solid team in the Willpower Cup, which once again, I was struggling in for a couple sets, and this team was able to find me some consistent wins. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, comment down below. All your comments are appreciated. And all that said, thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.